Welcome back to Casual Talk Radio's Coffee Taste Review program. My name is Leister. I'm your host. It's morning. It's time for another coffee and another review. This one again is from Door County Coffee, only because I need to drink some decaf right now, so it was timely to go ahead and get it out of the way. The name is Highlander Grogg. Grogg is with two G's. Notes of caramel and Irish cream are fan favorite. I am a fan of Door County Coffee, but I've never smelled this before. Smelling the grounds, the Irish cream comes out strong. The caramel's there, but it's subtle caramel. I would not call it strong by any means. It actually reminds me very close of, I believe it's Dunkin' has a coffee, and I forget exactly which one it is, but it's got a caramel-ish type of sensation. It reminds me of that. So not bad, but that's what it reminds me of. But the Irish cream I can definitely sense. And if you've never smelled, there's a difference between Irish cream coffee and Irish cream, the creamer added to black coffee. Irish cream coffee, when I was a kid, I would enjoy Irish cream, the cream. When I grew up, the Irish cream coffee seemed more my flavor. And then after I stopped adding creamer to coffee, or sweetened creamer, I should say, to coffee, I gained a flavor for the Irish cream, and then I changed to where I kind of like more subtle flavors. But the Irish cream coffee, where the beans, it's oil at the end of the day on the beans, and then if it's ground, you're smelling the oil. So it's not true Irish cream in the sense. This one was, I held for I have one other one that's a vanilla one I want to be doing here soon, but this one I held back on, mostly because I wanted to, based on the description, I wanted to save it for the last. And I was also concerned if they were going to screw it up, not because I thought Door County would, but the smell and the sensation was, I'm like, I'm a little bit skeptical. So let's give it a shot. So for the first time in Door County Coffee taste history, and I got one more left, but so far it's been on a streak. This broke the streak because I don't like this. It's not that it's bad. I'm saying I don't like it. What happens is the Irish cream is still there. Let's say the Irish part of the cream, it's like the oil, right, is there. The caramel is really subtle. It's almost to the point of being non-existent. It's there, but it's not. It tastes just bland. Like it loses a lot of the spirit that you get from the smell of it. And after it's brewed, that smell, it's nowhere close to what the grinds are. It doesn't go back to like Folgers bad, but it loses a lot of the spirit. This is the kind of coffee I would recommend to somebody who is not a frequent coffee drinker or does not like, because it's like not bitter. It's not bitter. It's got a taste. It's just very subtle. So if you're one that doesn't generally like the taste of coffee, this actually might be to your fancy because it doesn't give you any of that coffee sensation. This is like a casual drink flavor to me. It's one that you can drink around a fire. You can drink with friends. You can drink while, reading the newspaper or something. It's not, I wouldn't recommend it for like the grind. If you need a strong coffee, I absolutely would skip this one. And it does have a little bit of an aftertaste. The aftertaste is where the caramel hits you, and it's not strong, but it is there. So it'll linger a little bit. You'll taste it on your tongue and the roof of your mouth. Again, not bad, but I recognize it for what it is. It's just the way that this was done. It doesn't work for me, brother. And so I'm not against it per se, but I'm also not a fan of it. I think there's something to be said about strength of the coffee, but just not to an excessive degree. There's got to be robustness, to coffee. That's the point of it to me. This is really more, they used to call it frilly, fluffy coffee, girly coffee. That's what it is. That's what hits me. It's like, I can't imagine who would enjoy it, but I can think if I had like a petite, shy, demure, introverted girlfriend who couldn't stand the taste of regular coffee, I could recommend this one and she'd probably enjoy it. So as far as sweeteners, I would actually ironically not put the Irish cream sweetener to this. I think it would make it worse, which is weird because it's Irish cream based. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do the caramel macchiato. This one feels like a French vanilla creamer type. I wouldn't even do the straight sweet. I think that would add more aftertaste. French vanilla is what I would think would help this a little bit. I would honestly drink this black before I would add sweet cream other than French vanilla. Half and half is probably okay, with a little bit of cane sugar, but not a lot because I think it'll get to like this, you know, cough syrup type of taste if you add too much sweet. That's my sense. I haven't tried it. I'm going off just the flavor and I have a pretty good sense of what creamer is going to really work with it. I would not add too much sweet cream to this just because it's already on the border of ugh, it almost made me gag the first time I drunk it just because I'm like, this was so appalling of how like watery, and I brewed, it's ground. So I brewed it at the top. So it's the strongest I can possibly make it. And it's not that it's not strong, but it's just like, it's like drinking slightly flavored hot water. And then after you're done, there's an aftertaste left behind. So you took slightly flavored hot water with oils down that's what it is. It simply does not taste like coffee. That's the best way I can describe it. So I'm not dinging on Door County. Again, this is the first I've had where it's this not appealing to me, but I can see how some people who don't like the flavor of coffee might prefer this one. I don't know why it's a fan favorite unless people have no palate, because most coffee fans would not enjoy this. It's not strong enough for the hard worker. It's not flavorful enough for the connoisseur. It doesn't have the aftertaste is there. It's weird. And then sweet, so maybe what they're doing is they're loading it with a bunch of sweet to hide the flavor. Well, at that point, you're defeating the purpose. Anyway, Highlander Grogg from Door County Coffee. Definitely check it out if that description didn't turn you off.